What's up, guys? Your boy Anvil Head here. I'm back with another match between two Indian brothers, So Noisy and PJ. Um, Both these guys are very prominent players and have made it far in previous ORAS Invitationals. Um, in this matchup, we have two interesting teams. We have Volk on Volk, but two different types of Volks, and we also have Drill on Drill. Uh, I think matchup wise, it's very interesting because I think both teams have something spicy that could be very annoying to each other. I think Diancie has a really good matchup versus Noisy. I think Noisy has to definitely keep health on his drill and clef if he wants to deal with that effectively. Otherwise, it could just go crazy. But similarly for Noisy, I think having something like Gallade and Weavile is really solid to have. Um, what I like about Weavile in this matchup is you kind of click knock versus most things for free, assuming you don't get burnt on Volk, and the only like dark resist is Diancie is and getting Diancie chipped is really great for Noisy anyways. So yeah, that's something scary. I think it also pairs pretty well with Gallade because I mean the only two things that are gonna outspeed Gallade are Serp and Torn. And if that Diancie is HP fire, then it gets outsped by Gallade anyways. But I don't think it is. But I mean Gallade still looks pretty good. Um he can force out the drill, which is pretty nice. Um but yeah, having Weavile is really solid on Noisy's end because you can deal with the Torn, you can deal with Serp and that stuff. Um Volcanion is interesting because if Noisy plays well there and keeps the preserves the health on it, PJ does not really have that many switches to it besides Rotom and Torn. And the thing is, Torn is as I mentioned previously, Torn can be trapped by Weavile. The also thing I forgot to mention, this is probably static zap if he's running it with drill. So Tornadus does not want to click U-turn, otherwise it really helps Glade out. So yeah, that's also something. I really like the synergy on Noisy's end, but I also like the synergy on PJ's end. I do think Volk and Diancie um make a pretty good chord together. Serp Glare is really nice to slow down faster stuff for Diancie, which I really like. Um I think Volcarona. See, Volcarona is always a special thing. If it's HP ground life orb or something, it just blast through the Volcanion anyways if rocks are up. So, it's always one of those things. Also, if like, yeah, Volk can do a lot of crazy stuff, sub, clear dance, all that stuff, man. Oh man. I think matchup wise, it could go either way. I think whoever is able to keep up rocks is going to be in a better position. Because once rocks are up, both players can just pressure the other extra drill with whatever mon they have out. So PJ could be like, all right, let me just double into Volcarona in on Noisy's extra drill, or Noisy could be like, oh yeah, let me just double into my Gallade on PJ's extra drill. So yeah, definitely interesting matchup. I'm kind of curious to see how it goes. I think from PJ side. Maybe a standard like Dynasty Leader stuff could be possible, but then again, you kind of give Noisy free rocks. I'm kind of curious what lead he would go for. I feel like you want to prevent both guys want to prevent the other drill from setting up rocks. So yeah, let's see what happens. All right, Clef on Rotom. So I'm assuming PJ wanted to pressure the opposing drill. That's why he led off with this. Clef. I'm assuming because this clef is in, it might just be the rocker right here. So I could see Noisy just getting up rocks right here. Let's see. Is that so? He went for Volt Switch, not Choice Scarf or any, or not Trick or anything. So maybe he's not Choice Scarf. And based on that damage, I think maybe it is just standard lefties Rotom. So let's see. Rocks up, rocks up. What we could see here is maybe a switch into Gallade or maybe Zapdos or something, trying to get like a static on it. And then maybe Zapdos is nice because this is like one of the things we mentioned earlier in our previous videos. when people roll compress so much stuff on the drill, it becomes very annoying because you're kind of forced to do a lot of things in one. So if Noisy kind of goes into Zap, okay, he does. So Zapdos kind of forces momentum here. Either so PJ is gonna spin, of course. Zapdos can kind of spam Volt Switch, and because Drill fears Heat Wave, and this is his spinner and most maybe his rocker too, he probably doesn't want to stay in. So maybe here. Oh, it's Rocky Helmet too, so that's even more of a deterrent. So I think Noisy could just spam Volt Switch if he really wants to, I think. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, good. Oh, it's nice crit. Okay, so what's nice here is the damage will reveal if it's lefties or not. Let's see. Okay, it's lefties. Interesting play going into Weavile. Knock is kind of free. And if he does get rid of Rotom, then Volcanion looks very, very nice. Um, yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, he goes Clef, not risking it. That's fair. That's fair. Nice thing is here he sent out Weavile, so it's most likely he might go for Wisp, and that can allow Clef to not only be immune to glare paralysis, but it can also allow what's it called? Clef to get a free turn to get up rocks. But PJ could also read this because um actually let me see what he does on this turn. Double into Diancie. That's interesting. Um, so here, okay, let me just go back a turn real quick. So Rotom Wash here, Volt Switch into Weavile. All right, Knock is free. So, I mean, yeah, that could also make sense. Diancie in base form, it actually has good defenses, so he could just take the knock, tank the knock pretty easily. So yeah, he could just use the opportunity to get it in. I actually like that idea because he can get the speed boost relatively safely. But I mean, it's Noisy went into Clef, so maybe not as safely as he thought. He could just protect and Mega Evolve there, or he could yeah go Drill. And okay, so didn't go for rocks this turn. So now this Drill is able to get up its rocks. So yeah, let's see. Because this is Stealth Rock Moonblast Clef. I don't think it um I don't think it's gonna be Calm Mind or anything, so I think that's yeah. Let's see. So double into Diancie, expecting what would come in on Drill? Uh Zapdos. Let's see what noise. Oh my gosh. Sheesh. All right. That is that is really solid. Um yeah. Um I think Noisy can fire off a free Moonblast here. Um, I think that's fine. Oh, this is Rockstansy. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. So yeah, that drill isn't pressured to both set up rocks and spin, so that's actually pretty nice. Um, this is also pretty good because the drill can't Noisy's drill can't both go for an attack and spin at the same time. And especially if Diancie has earth power here, he kind of forces either rocks to go up or the drill to get severely chipped with earth power. So I actually really like that idea. Um Tornadus, I think he's just trying to get a free knock or something here. Oh, he goes for a U-turn raw. Okay, not he does not care about the Zapdos. Okay, that's fine. I think he can just go into drill. Yeah. He can. I'm assuming he's just gonna get the spin off. Um, uh, 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 um, lure in the zap, spin. I still think that Volt Switch is the best play here, just to not sap momentum. You got a good chunk of chip on PJ's drill, so I think yeah, you're probably fine doing that. Okay, he does that. Very well played. Well played. We've this is an interesting turn. Um, Knock is free if he doesn't get burned. That is. Volk is still pretty useful depending on what set it is because it is one of the few things that could deal with Calm Mind Clef. Um, if it is, it's somehow that last slot. Um, I think so. What happens here? Biva probably gets a kill. Um, or he could go to Diancie, and use that as a turn to get it in. Um, Bulk is still pretty nice. Um, I don't know if Pursuit is. I feel like Knock is probably the safest play here. It's Lefty's Volk. Ooh, ooh, oh shoot. Interesting. All right, Dancy ate that. All right. Okay, now you can. Oh, see, this is the interesting part. You can kind of click Moon for free, even if it goes Drill, because the Drill can't spin and attack at the same time, right? So, you could probably click Earth Power in the following turn or something like that. So Moon is free, even if he goes Clef, that's fine. 51. Sheesh, man. I think there's a couple things you could do. I think Volk could work if you really wanted to and sub up and then just be a very annoying mon to deal with. Another thing he could do is possibly just stay in and force the clap. Maybe you could just get a high roll right here or do that sort of stuff. I think drill. The thing with going drill is you kind of invite Zapdos to come in and do the same annoying stuff with the Rocky helmet Volt Switch shenanigans. What I really like here though, if he stays in, this is also like a 50-50 thing. Either the Clef heals up or it goes for rocks. If it goes for rocks, then Diancie can kill it. If Clef goes for the attack, then Diancie then he doesn't get up rocks. So I actually like the positioning that PJ has here. Um 48. So yeah, the Clef is not getting rock. Obviously needs to heal up to stay healthy, of course. Um Let's see. Oh, that crit. That crit is actually very, very unfortunate for Noisy here. So he loses the status absorber, so that Rotom becomes way more annoying. Also secondly, he loses Diancie, possible Diancie switching. That is also annoying. Um, what else? What else? Let's see. Zapdos has 66. Um, Tornadus could be a little bit more threatening with rocks up now too because he is forced to get chip on Zapdos and stuff. And here, this is also a 50-50 like situation. Either Noisy spins, and then gets 2 KO'd by Diancie's Earth Power, or the Diancie attacks the drill attacks back, but the rocks don't get spun off, and then Volcarona or something, or Serp, even Serp can come in and try to revenge kill. So yeah, I think this is very, very good positioning by PJ. But yeah, it was kind of unfortunate that Noisy lost the clef here. He is kind of playing in the back right now. But I'm curious to see how he plays this. I think there's still a way to win, maybe with the Gallade. If somehow a Noisy is able to trap the Superior, um, I think I've seen this team before. It's like the Psycho Cut Shadow Sneak Gallade or something. So if somehow PJ misses Hurricane or something, or if it's air slash Tornadus, um then SD Gallade could still win. So he's not out of the cart. Noisy isn't just out just yet. Okay, so he goes for the spin. So he's going to lose. Okay, this is also pretty nice because Dance he could, he could be kind of greedy and get up rocks right in his face like that. I think maybe Earth Power might be a safer play. But yes, so Dancy is still alive, which is scary for Noisy. Earth Power here, good, and Volcanion in. PJ could just get up rocks. He could just get up rocks right here. I see no reason not to. Um, yeah. Yep. Safer play could be to go into possibly Torn or possibly Rotom to deal with that. But yeah, let's see what happens. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! That was Scarf Volcano. Okay, man. That is some spicy stuff right there. That is unfortunate that that missed as well. Now rocks are getting up, um, which is kind of bad for Weavile especially and Zapdos. So yeah, that is also very man. The misses in the recent games, man. Oh my God. Oh yeah, PJ capitalizes, gets up rocks, drill in, back most likely. The Rockers are dead on Noisy side, so that's fine. Serp in. He knows it's Scar Volcanion, so Leaf Storm is free. Zapdos in. I don't think Zapdos is going to take two. Yep, it's most likely not. HP Rock for the other opposing Volks. Okay. Weavile in. So the thing is, Knock is technically free, but I don't see a reason why PJ has to switch out. Um, Especially I don't think Knock will kill the Serp, and if Serp locks, I mean, yeah, if Weavile not locks into Icicle Crash, then I think we Rotom can come in and Volt Switch and be annoying that way. Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with Noisy Clicks right here. I think okay, he clicks knock. I think it's good that he does get chip on this because it is still in the Serp is in range of Shadow Sneak from Glade, so that is still pretty good progress regardless. Um, I think his best bet now is to somehow lure Tornadus in or bank on a Will-O-Wisp miss from Rotom. Yeah, to win with Glade. Let's see. Leaf Storm connects. That's fine. Maybe he goes Volcano or just goes for the Gallade right here. Okay, yeah, Gallade in. Gallade is in, guys. Shadow Sneak. Yep, Surf gone. Um, Volcarona. Okay, I think he's just trying to get chip on this or something for a Hurricane to kill. Because Gallade has pretty solid Spit F, so I could see that happening. Okay. Okay, 42, nice chip. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I think it's just gonna bank on that Tornado's hitting or not. Or the speed tie. No, plus two side of sneak probably takes out the Ansi. Yeah, it's probably just banking on the tornadoes right here. Let's see, let's see. Do we see it? Oh man, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Yeah, so the Ansi and Rotom kind of just clean up. Ooh, Smackdown torn. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yep. All right, and then the Ansi can do whatever. Yep. So. Yeah, there were some unfortunate misses for sure on Noisy's side. Steam Eruption miss was unfortunate. Crit on Clef was also unfortunate. I think I think that Noisy definitely brought the Saucier team mad respect to using Gallade. I really like the fact that more people are using it now. That is pretty clean. And it's interesting the sets that people are using too. We got Psycho Cut Shadow Sneak. That's pretty cool. Um, and honestly, that thing could put in work. I think it was honestly just a positioning game. I really like the mid game by PJ was like really solid, I think. There was of course the unfortunate crit, but yeah, I like those turns where he was kind of forcing 50-50s on Noisy with the Ansi plays. Um, so he got those right a lot. He was able to prevent the Clef from getting up rocks. And he was also able to take out the drill without the drill um setting up rocks on PJ's end. So that was very nice on PJ's end. I think Noisy, I mean Noisy played it how he had to. I mean, there's not much I can point out per se. I think maybe a Zapdos play on the Tornadoes could have been nice if you could fish for static or something like that. I really like the Volt Switch plays on Zapdos because I completely agree with those. I really like the idea of just grabbing momentum and it's kind of obvious that the drill's gonna switch out, so it's nice to get momentum and Volt Switch, and I think that really pairs well with Weavile because yeah, most of the things on PJ's team like really don't like getting knocked, so Yeah, I really like that. I think Vol's choice score Volcanion definitely spicy. I kind of wish it could put in more work, but yeah, unfortunate loss for Noisy. Hopefully, he bounces back in the next one. Congrats to PJ for taking this. Yep, and good luck in the future rounds, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.